Let's face it, we'd all like to have a little bit more power at our disposal, but the question is, how exactly do you get it? Well, I'm afraid that there are no shortcuts. You only need hard work and perseverance, but if you've got both of those, there's no reason why you can't make some huge improvements.
Now here's a few sessions to help improve your power in all sorts of disciplines. The scientific jury is still out on this one, but training in a big gear is something that pros and amateurs have been doing for a long time, and to the benefit of many. But before we start, it goes without saying that if you've got any sort of injury in relation to your knees, you should avoid this one at all costs. Now the session itself is made up of 5-minute intervals on a big gear, riding it around 60 RPM, preferably on a slight incline or a long, steady climb. And in between each of the 5-minute efforts, make sure you rest completely. And maybe start off with 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off. So do 3 sessions, moving up to maybe 5 or even 8 if you're a very experienced rider. Now, when you're doing the intervals, stay seated. Don't grip the bars too hard, relax, and use your core to keep your body as stable as possible. And you'll recruit your entire muscle group through the whole pedal revolution.
And the good thing is that you can actually do this session as part of a group ride. Even if the guys don't want to join along with you, they can pretty much sit on the wheel and it won't be too hard for them. Session 2 also involves using some big gears, but for a much shorter duration. The idea being that you're trying to increase your maximum power output in a sprint. Now to do this, you want to head out and warm up for a good 20 minutes or so, then find a nice quiet flat piece of road like this. Then we're going to put it into a big gear. Now I personally used to use around about 53 by 14 or 15, but you'll have to tailor that to your own personal level. Put it into that big gear and then let yourself come almost down to a stop. Now once you're there, grip hold of the bars tightly here, and when you're ready, fully concentrated, make a 10-second effort at your maximum power. Now, during the intervals, you should try and keep your upper body as still as you possibly can. Recruit all of your core muscles and try not to really be going all over the bike. The idea of these intervals, as I said, is to increase your maximum power output, but you're probably, if you're using a power meter, not going to be setting any personal records from that point of view. The idea being that once you start to add in some sprints at a very high cadence or your self-selected cadence, that you will start to hit some new personal records. If you're new to it, start off doing around about 6 in a single session with 4 or 5 minutes between each one. And then once you're more used to doing that effort, you can get up to a 20 in a single session.
Micro intervals are great sessions to do throughout the year. It gets your body used to riding at higher powers, but without doing too much damage, so you can add it in almost as an extra session. Now, we're going to do 2 lots of 6-minute intervals, but it's a little bit more complex than that. We're going to do 10 seconds really hard, followed by 20 seconds easy, and then repeat that for the duration of the 6 minutes. Okay. Now when you're off, you've got to keep pedaling to recover. Now you can hear it hasn't taxed me particularly, but as the session carries on, I will get a bit puffed out. Now you do 2 lots of these 6 minutes with a 10 minutes recovery in between. And as you improve them, you can build up the duration of the set, so you end up doing 2 lots of 12-minute intervals. Now the best place to do them is either on your turbo trainer at home or in a long steady climb where there's a bit of resistance on the pedals, but you can still recover. Now, I'm producing a power around about my VO2 max, so it's not quite a full sprint, but it's pretty blooming hard. And what it's doing is it's getting my body used to these higher powers so that when I eventually do longer intervals, I'm completely accustomed to it and I'm in a much better shape to do so. So 3 training sessions you can try to help to improve your power. Tempo over geared riding, standing start efforts, and micro intervals.
For more training videos, just click on that.
And for
For more training videos.
you poked me in the face.